Welcome back to the Panic Room, everyone, and to a tag video today. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Where the hell's the tag owl? Well, it's not about that animal today. No, it's about this animal today. So I was tagged by Olive over at Book Blather, and that guy, Dave, that's it. I was tagged to do the dog tag, which I think is just the cutest little name for a tag, because like dog tag, yeah, no, okay. And I'm really stoked, actually. I love talking about Xander, my Great Dane. He is just the absolute best little boy that ever was. And you might be asking yourself, where the hell is he? And there's a good reason for that. My panic room is upstairs in my house, and Xander is not a young boy anymore, and he has some trouble with his hips, with some arthritis, and he just does not do steps very well, and I wasn't about to drag him up here. And maybe I'll do a Coffee Cats and King and throw in some dog footage at the end. Not that he's like super active or anything, but hey, who knows what you're gonna see. Stay tuned till the end. So guys, I was super excited to get tagged in this. Xander has been just the love of my life for almost 10 years now. And so yeah, I love talking about him. So let's do it. So I have Dave's video pulled up for the prompts, and prompt number 1, tell us about your dog. Well, that's easy. So to give you guys a little bit of backstory about Xander, I got Xander about 10 years ago when I was still working as a cardiac tech in a hospital. And I got a phone call from a paramedic at the time who also had Great Danes who they had actually just bred. And she said, she was like, look, we have this runt and he's not getting picked, he's not getting bought. What do you think? And she knew that I had actually previously had 3 Great Danes, one of which, my very first one, was the runt of her litter, who, by the way, grew up to be 132 pounds. So, you know, of course I said yes. Of course I did. And I filmed this section of this video like 4 times now. I'm going to try and get through it without crying this time, because Xander came into my life when I needed him. And I know that can be the case for so many of us when we have dogs. And I'm not going to go into why. But it was a very dark time for me. And so Xander sort of became my light. Anyway, we're gonna leave it at that so that I don't start crying again. Moving on. Prompt number 2, what would be your dog's favorite book? Okay, so I had to look this up. Xander's favorite thing in the whole world is peanut butter. I mean, he would sell his entire family to Satan for peanut butter. Okay, the dog loves it. Matter of fact, I think I have a short of me giving him peanut butter because that's his treat. That's his treat. The dog loves it. It's his favorite thing in the whole world. So I was like, let me look up and see if there's any books about peanut butter. And look what I found. Peanut Butter Panic. Is that not perfect? Oh my gosh, I saw that and was just like, So yeah, this would be Xander's favorite book, Peanut Butter Panic, because he is the panic room dog. All right, prompt number 3, use the first letters in book titles to spell your dog's name. Okay, so this was tough because I spell Xander's name X-A-N-D-E-R. X? So what I did, the only X word that came into my head was xylophone. So what I did was I went and I just looked up books about xylophones, and there was one that caught my eye. It's just called Xylophone by K.Z. Snow. And it actually sounds like it might be kind of interesting. Like if you read the little snippet on Goodreads, it sounds like it might be kind of interesting. It's talking about this dude that like becomes a sensuous, androgynous dancer. I don't know. It actually sounds like it might have potential. So yeah, the first book for Xander's name is just Xylophone by K.Z. Snow. Now the other ones actually did have, I stood in front of my bookshelf for a long time. You guys know I don't have a huge book collection like a lot of my friends here on BookTube. So for the A, we're gonna go with Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know this book is called The Promise, but I didn't have any A's, bite me. So we're gonna go with Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is my like graphic novel collection that I love. You guys know I'm a huge nerd and I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. So that's A. And then for N, I don't know why this wasn't the first one I picked out. It just should be Night by Elie Wiesel. If you guys watched the last little like most disturbing books collab that Juan did, this was my pick. This is on another level. It's a man's recounting of his time as a young boy in the concentration camps, and it's powerful. It's powerful. That's really all I can say. You should read it. It's powerful. Yes, it's disturbing as hell. Night by Eli Wiesel. For D, kicking it back to the classics, one of my absolute favorite classics of all time, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I love this classic. One of my absolute favorites. I've loved it since the first time I've read it. And yeah, it was D, so it fit. All right, another favorite of mine, this has been fairly recent, for E, is Earthlings. Loved this book. Loved it. I don't do like best of, TBR, rank, really anything like that. But if I did, this would probably be way up there as one of my favorite books I've read this year. I'm just gonna say that. So, Earthlings for E. And then of course I just have to throw in like a kind of a kid's book because I love my little library of horror series. And so for R, we're gonna go with Roscoe and the Rats of Nim. This I found at a garage sale. Yeah, for like, I don't know, 50 cents, 25 cents. And I love the Rats of Nim. The Secret of Nim was one of my favorite movies of all time growing up. It is weird as hell. If you've never seen it, go watch it. It'll traumatize your children. It's a wonderful family film. So yeah, for R, Roscoe and the Rats of Nim. All right, so prompt number 4. What's your dog's relationship with books? He doesn't know they exist. Prompt number 5. What's your favorite book with a dog? I think the first one that would pop to mind is Where the Red Fern Grows. I think that one had the 2 hound dogs, and it was terrible and tragic, and I cried. Most of the books that I know with dogs are just terrible and horrible. But you know, one that I remember reading as a kid now, come to think of it, was, I think it was called Rin Tin Tinny? It wasn't Rin Tin Tin. It wasn't that. It was like his son. It was pretty thick. It was like this, and I was so proud of myself because I read it. But I think it was Rin Tin's Ritty or Rin Tin's I don't know. If I can find it, I'll pop a picture up here. All right, so prompt number 6. Find a book on your shelves with a dog on the cover. I actually had one for this. This thing between us. There's a dog right there. All right, prompt number 7. Find a book on your TBR that has the word dog in the title or has a dog in it. I don't do TBRs. So I guess this one, because I am super looking forward to reading this. I don't know when I will. You know, it's whenever the hell I feel like it. But I guess it would be this one again because I don't plan that kind of thing. And I don't really have many books with dogs on the covers. So probably a cop-out. But you guys know by now, I do that in like every tag. All right, and then prompt number 8 is who you would like to tag. Actually, I know I don't tag people at all in tags. But truth be told, Dave tagged pretty much everybody that I would have tagged. So he kind of covered that base. So we're just going to slide on past that last prompt. But guys, thank you so much for coming back for another tag. Dave, thank you so much for tagging me in this. Guys, seriously, check out Book Blather. Dave and Olive are amazing, absolutely amazing. You should definitely go check it out. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You would not believe how skilled that dog is at running a channel. And guys, if you like this, please hit like, hit subscribe. It would really help me out. And until next time, bye for now.
Good morning. See, we can't see you at all, can we? There's a little bit of a face.